Anyways, okay. All right, y'all. I think it is time to have a conversation because my favorite thing to do is ask people, what is your goal, your monthly bidding goal for the month? How many bids are you trying to put um, in the next month? And if you have conversated with me, we've communicated, you shared your story, you know that I asked that question. So I hope you're ready for me to get really real with you because I asked this question today, and the person's response was 50 bids per month. When I asked how many bids are you trying to hit this month, he said 50. So that's 50 bids submitted in 30 to 31 days. All right, because bidding on 50 government contracts per month is not easy to do. It's bold and it's doable, but you have to have the right team and structure in place. Then I started to think, when you are trying to become successful, you need to be unlogical in a safe way, right? But this is an unlogical risk and a bold move to take that could potentially work if you have the right structures in place. And when he said 50, I genuinely got excited for him and to be able to really look at what it takes for people to get to this point where they can bid on 50 projects per month. But I also want to be realistic that you have to have a structure in place, right? It's not something that you're just going to stumble into. All right, so let's break down what would actually need to be in place for this to work. Then, you know me, we're going to have to look at the pros and the cons as well. Like, what are the good things about bidding 50 times a month? And what are the bad things? All right, so please understand this is very doable, but these are the things that you need to have in place and what needs to happen for you to be successful. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. Number one is infrastructure and systems. You cannot use an Excel spreadsheet to build your pipeline forever. At some point, that has to change. Okay. You're going to need a CRM, something like Airtable, GovWin, etc. I like HubSpot. You can record conversations, you can document quote sheets, you can track emails, you can take notes. HubSpot is a very good CRM. It's affordable. I think it's like $36 a month for the basic plan, but it keeps you organized. All right, so the whole thought process of keeping an Excel spreadsheet, turning cells green, orange, red, bidding at 50 a month, that has to stop. You have to invest in some kind of tool that can keep you organized. All right, and Excel is not it because you need to track solicitations, deadlines, follow-ups. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you need to be able to track, right? And then templates. Templates will help you move at a rapid pace because what's going to happen is there's a lot of things that you have to do in the bidding process over and over again. Like, let's say, for instance, let's talk about an example. Every single bid that I bid on, I have to ask my subcontractor for a quote. So if I know that I'm going to be doing that one simple step over and over again, I need to create some kind of template or structure to be able to click it one time, copy and paste, and send it to my sub. That's what I need to be able to do, right? Like a um, pre-built cover letter, pricing templates so you're not reinventing the wheel, because a lot of the process in government contracting is the same. So if you have templates, they will be helpful. In Chat GPT, Claude AI, all of the AI family can help you with templates. Um, you need a compliance checklist because every single bid has a unique requirement. Forms, certifications, insurance, bonding. I've been there, done that. If you miss one document, you are disqualified. You are deemed unresponsive. All right. So when you're bidding at a rapid pace at 50 a month, you have to make sure that your compliance checklist is on point. All right. So you have to start there. Your infrastructure and your systems have to be zip tight. Pipeline, scratch Excel, templates, create them, use them over and over again, and compliance checklists. Because if you miss one document, you're deemed unresponsive. All right. So moving forward, proposal writers. Okay. If you think as one person that you can realistically bid on 50 proposals, you are mistaken. I am optimistic and I'm positive, but we also have to touch base on reality. And the reality of it is, as a one person team, one woman band, one man band, you cannot bid on 50 strong proposals per month. So you're going to need some kind of back office VAs helping you, some kind of team, maybe 1 to 5 people who can really help you to write these proposals. Even if you're bidding on product bids, you still need to be able to have a team of 2 to 5 people to pull this off. All right. And then pricing estimating. Someone needs to help you in that sector, because when you're bidding at a rapid pace like this and you're dealing with pricing, you are really, really running the risk of making multiple mistakes. I don't care how much chat you use, how much AI you use, whatever the tools are, you're bidding at such a rapid pace that the risk is potentially screwing up your pricing, right? Then it starts to eat into your profits. And if you're bidding at 50 a month, the goal is for you to be extremely profitable. You're not out here bidding for, like, you know, rainbows and giggles, and you're bidding 50 for a reason. There's a massive goal behind that. And each bid is different. And then you're going to need some admin support. Somebody has to be operating the back office, and it cannot be you. If it's you, you are now admin support and the bidder. You're wearing so many hats that it is going to make it impossible for you to be able to really pull this off. All right. So somebody needs to be uploading, formatting, chasing documents, chasing vendors. Like, one team member should be doing just this one task on admin support. You cannot do admin and bid. You all right? All right. So quick. Quick go, no go criteria. A fast way to decide if a bid is worth it or not worth it. So before spending time, like, example, the location, the set aside, the budget, the scope, the competition, you need to figure out really fast if a bid is best for you right now or maybe in the future. And I talk about this. I'm not going to go too much into depth here, but is it worth it to bid on this right now or not? There's a way to look at bids to understand that, right? And then the focus area, pick 2 to 3 niches you're strongest in. Like, for me, it would be logistics. For other people, it might be waste removal, facility support. So you're not all scattered all over the place, and you're actually targeting bids that you have some kind of knowledge in. It's not something that you're brand new and trying to learn from and it's like a new wheelhouse. It should be something that you already have knowledge in. All right. So you need a strong decision maker here to say, okay, this is the best bid to bid on, and this is not. That we're going to go here and we're not going to go there. Somebody who can map things out and make a strong decision. All right. And then you can pick 2 to 3 niches. Nobody knows your niches better than you. I don't care who you hire. Nobody else is going to figure out your niches better than you. All right. And now here's where it's going to start to get tricky is your capital and your cash flow because bid bonds and insurance are going to start to get involved. Some contracts require financial backing. And if you're bidding at 50 a month, when you start to rapidly hit, let's just say you hit 10 out of 50. That's a fantastic ratio. Like that's a great ratio, but now you need financial backing. Do you have the ability to pull that off? Right? You're going to need bonding capacity or proof of insurance. And bonding is a term where there's two separate terms for bonding. One is you pay to bid on a contract. That's for serious inquiries only. The other is construction. And in construction, bonding involves the construction company getting paid on time, right? And if not, they go against your bond. So there's two separate terms to bonding. Um, and then your float money. Because what's going to happen is, and y'all know this, you're not going to get paid right away. You can give the government a discount, maybe 10 to 14 days for 2%, eat your profits, but it is doable to get paid faster, right? But you have to handle payroll, subs, material, labor, employees while waiting for the check, right? So it's very important to know that bid bonds and insurance play a part as well as the float money. All right. And now this is exciting too, because you're going to start to build relationships with agencies. Um, shotgun bids, don't do that. Call buyers, right? Attend pre bid meetings, ask questions on RFQs. This builds your recognition and they will see you all the time. Like they will see your name continuously over and over again to the point where they remember who you are. Okay. Past performance. The more wins you stack, the easier it becomes to win more. You start to build, I talk about this in my master class. You start to build more momentum. But at first, you'll need to bid aggressively to land those first few. All right. So past performance is really big. And once you start hitting, you're going to be able to easily build that up. So here's something else you're going to need technology. All right. You're not going to be able to do this on pen and paper. Okay. Automated alerts, which is really cool. SAM.gov, state portals, bonfire. Set up filters so you don't have to search these websites every day because that's just a huge time suck. Having to go on SAM every day, having to search bonfire, having to search state portals. Put it in the system and automate it to the point where these websites are emailing you, right? So set up filters so you only see relevant bids. That is so helpful. Now, your email will be jam packed, but you're going to be getting bids straight to your email that you are interested in. So, proposal management software keeps everyone moving. Deadlines creep up fast when you're juggling 50 bids. I don't have a referral for a proposal management software. I don't use that, so I don't have any information on maybe a tool that you can use there. I mean, I can look into it, but proposal management software, it just keeps everything moving. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons, and I cannot leave this part out because realistically, we have to look at the pros and we have to look at the cons of 50 bids a month. Okay. Now, volume creates wins. If you submit 50 bids a month, and you win, even 5 to 10%, that's 2 to 5 contracts every month. And that's fantastic, right? That's something that you want to definitely be excited about. And then market visibility. Agencies are going to constantly see your name, and that's such a good spot to be in. Such a good spot to be in because the more they see your name, the more, and they know they can rely on you, the more they're going to reach out and ask you if you can fulfill upcoming projects that haven't even hit the board yet. All right. So it builds credibility, and that's very, very, very exciting. And then this is exciting too, because I've been here and I'm still in this phase where it's data and experience. Because the more you bid, the more you learn. The more pricing ranges, competitive behavior, and agency preferences. What Because every agency is different, every county is different. Like, what do they really want? And the more you do this, the more you rep it out, the better you are going to become. And this I cannot stress this enough. You need to rep this thing out and bid, 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 bid over and over again. You will get stronger, faster, more confident, more reliable each time you do it. Okay. And it makes you diverse because you're spreading risk across multiple different opportunities, not just putting all your eggs in one basket. Now, I've seen people do this. All the eggs go in one basket. They win a couple bids on Sam, then they lose motivation, right? Or they win that big contract. All their eggs were in one basket. The profits only coming in from that one contract, but now they're struggling 9, 10 months down the line to win another one. All right, so these are the pros. Volumes create wins, market visibility, data, and diversification. All right, now the cons of 50 bids a month. And this is what came to mind. There was two separate things that came to mind when this person said 50. Um, One of them was all of the cons because I know what it takes to bid at a rapid pace. My number is 4 to 6. And if I can't hit that 6 mark, I at least want to hit 4 per month. So I know how unlogical and insane 50 sounds, right? Because I'm in the field making this happen. So all the cons popped up in my head once he said 50, but I was still optimistic because all the pros popped up of what I could really accomplish if I was to bid 50 a month. But I think the cons for me are outweighing the positives, the pros. All right. And this is something that you need to be aware of. If you don't have everything that I just mentioned, this is going to create an extreme amount of burnout. One is resource heavy because writing 50 bids a month, it requires a team, time, and money. If you're trying to do it alone, it's unsustainable. You will burn out and make errors like you will not believe. There's nothing that you can't bounce back from, but extreme exhaustion will play a high role, especially if you have a 9 to 5. Then there's a quality risk. And this one is deep because with too many bids, and this is so very true, you might sacrifice depth and accuracy, which means your back is against the wall. You are so exhausted and bidding at such a rapid pace without these tools in place that you're sacrificing accuracy. You're submitting so fast that you don't even care if you're accurate because you're just trying to hit the 50 bid a month goal. I don't want to sacrifice accuracy just to bid a lot. I don't want to do that. I want my bids to be strong, strategic, and hit on point every time because they're going to start to notice that when a bid is rushed, what that looks like. And trust me, they know what a rush bid looks like. All right. Another one that's a con is the burnout. The burnout that is going to come with this 50 bids a month. High stress, constant deadlines, rejection emails are going to pile up, right? And some of us have problems, seeing one email that's rejection. Imagine seeing 5, 6, 7 emails a week telling you that you weren't awarded. You also have to track debriefs and everything else, right? So it's not for the faint of heart. And 4 to 6 a month is not for the faint of heart either. Okay, so look at your cash flow crunch as well. Winning too many contracts too fast without capital can put you underwater. There has to be some kind of balance for you to successfully pull this off. And everything I just mentioned is your balance. If you don't have at least 10 out of those 12 things, 50 is not the number. And then your opportunity costs. Chasing every opportunity means you might miss the profitable ones because you're so focused on this 50 bids a month. All right, so I got to tell you this. I'm not saying that it's not doable. I'm not. I'm John, get out of here. Don't start. Don't start. Don't come here with that mess. Don't come in here with that mess. So, um, 50 bids is very doable, but you need to have the tools in place for you to pull this off. All right. Don't think that you're going to come in here, bid 50, and you're just going to run the whole map because you're not. Make it a realistic goal. Mine is 4 to 6. I don't know what yours is. What's yours? Put it in the chat. How many bids are you trying to hit per month? Monthly. Monthly. Mine is 4 to 6. And I like to keep it on the 6 side. If I can't, I at least like to keep it in the 4 range because then you start to multiply month by month and look at it yearly and go from there. All right. So it can happen. Anything can happen for you. Anything is possible at any time. Okay. But careful with the burnout. I think that's the number one thing that I wanted to say. Burning out too quick, it can take a big, 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 big toll on you. Okay. Trying to handle too much at one time without a team, without admin support is tough, right? So, as a one woman, one man show, stay in your lane until you can build up capacity of big profits, big teams, and then start banging out 50 per month. All right. I was still super excited for him and what he wants to do in his journey because, 60, 90 days from now, he can build all of these things capital, a team, whatever he needs that was mentioned. But please be careful with burnout. That was my number one thing. When I heard him say that, I'm like, okay, there's cons here. But if you have a strong strategic team, burnout won't play a part. You'll be able to stretch the bow back and hit a target every time. But you cannot do that alone. A lot of us struggle to find a team and collaborate and connect. We think that we can do it all. And I know this because I was that person wearing many hats in logistics, thinking that I don't need a team. That's not true. I have worked with phenomenal people in the last 90 days who have made some things in my career, in my digital product sales, just be absolutely amazing. There's so much I couldn't have pulled off without a team. Everyone plays a role. Extremely excited for the people that I collaborate with, but don't think that you can do this all by yourself because you can't. All right, there's a community here. What you should be doing is dropping your email in the chat, and y'all should be connecting together. Because if John's running one company, right, and Bob's running another, y'all are part of the same community. You should be collaborating together, right, and reaching out. So y'all drop y'all emails in the chat. If you're new here, like, subscribe. And if you know someone who is struggling or multiple people who are struggling with government contracting, share this video with them. All right. And whatever you are thinking that is good, think bigger. And I'm going to leave y'all with a Bible verse tonight that all right, we'll do Isaiah 40:29. It says, He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Okay, let's do another one. That's a good one. I like that one. I love Psalms. Every time I look up a Bible verse, I always want to pick Psalms. Psalms 46, chapter 1 through 3. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, will not we fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. I really do love Psalms. So, whatever you are thinking that is good, make sure you think bigger. If you have questions or you want to add something to this live, put it in the chat. And y'all drop y'all emails too, because y'all should be collaborating in this community. Like every single one of y'all are fantastic in so many different ways. Emails need to be in the chat and y'all need to be collaborating. All right. I will talk to you soon. Think bigger. Bye.